Sending you peace, blessings, and abundance, my loves. Today, I am going to express the benefits of sun gazing and why, when you are working on not just your spiritual, but your mental and your physical as well, sun gazing can actually be one of the best things that you can do for yourself. It's basically like a big crystal in the sky. You know, I have a whole bunch of crystals over here, sunstone and eyelight and what is this one? Shungite and hematite and pyrite and pneumite. And plenty other ones around me, a lot of my beautiful crystals and stones. However, you can also utilize the sun that do the same things that you utilize the crystals for. And I'm going to talk about those things that you or benefits that you get from the sun and from sun gazing. So first, I'm going to talk about what sun gazing is. It is basically absorbing the sun's energy through your pineal gland, third eye, or brow chakra, and that stimulates the pineal gland as the sun's energy moves through the eyes and charges the hypothalamus tract. And if you're not familiar with what that is, it is a small region of the brain that is located at the base of the brain near the pituitary gland. And what that hypothalamus tract does is it plays, a big part in releasing hormones and regulating our body temperature, in maintaining our daily circadian rhythms or our biological rhythms, and it plays a part in controlling our appetite, in managing our sexual behavior, and regulating emotional responses. So that particular part of our brain actually does play a pretty significant part in our emotional behaviors, basically. And I have a note that the pineal gland secretes melatonin, which regulates sleep cycles. So if anyone's familiar with melatonin, people talk about that all the time. And also they talk about serotonin. And basically, serotonin and melatonin are what they call the feel-good hormones. They actually boost your mood. So if you're a person that's prone to depression, serotonin and melatonin is low in you. Basically, you have low levels. So sun gazing is something that'll help boost your moods, and it'll help reduce depression and anxiety and stress in you. If you have a stressful job or things like that, when the sun first comes up, if you have time, you want to make time to go stand. At least you want to make time to go stand and sun gaze, basically. You can even, I remember sometimes I would actually sun gaze like driving. Like if I stop at a light, I would do a little sun gaze. And the only thing I can say is it takes a moment for you to focus back if you do that. However, if you've been doing it for as long as I have been doing it, it's easier to do that, to get back to the focus of these two eyes. What else? So I said that it powers it powers the brain, and this is talking about sun gazing. Sun gazing powers the brain and boosts the production of your serotonin and melatonin. So again, if you have low levels, you need to do that. I already talked about how that leads to relieving stress, tension, depression, and anxiety. Excuse me, tongue twister. It increases your energy levels. So if you didn't get a good night's sleep, you can sun gaze and it'll actually give you a boost of energy. So it's natural coffee. It increases the size of your pineal gland. We know that studies have shown that because of the foods and that people have been eating, that we've been eating as a society, a lot of GMO foods and the fluoride in our water, that it actually calcifies your pineal gland. So sun gazing is a way to go ahead and increase the size of your pineal gland, and also it activates your pineal gland. All right. It reduces hunger pains since the body is nourished by the sun. Some people call sun gazing sun eating. There is actually a man, I forgot his name, but he goes by HMR. And he sun gazed every day for like 400 some days, so over a year. He only sun gazed and he drank water, and it actually had a positive impact or effect on his body. So that goes to show you that we don't actually need to eat food, and that actually goes back to photosynthesis and how the plants, how years ago, the ancestors were able to sun gaze just like the plants and utilize photosynthesis to replenish their body, and that was through with water and food and everything. It was the sun that they utilized for that. So that's basically what that's leading to. You can get to the point where you no longer need food if you don't want to eat food. However, everything comes with the more you do it. So repetition is key. It improves eyesight of the physical eye. So if you're somebody who has been looking at the computer screen, like I used to work in banking, and so I would be focused. I had 2 monitors and I had a laptop. So I was literally looking at a screen all day, every day, 6 to 7 days a week, and that can start to impact your eyes. Even though I've always had what they call 20/20 vision, I still would have moments where it would be strained or it would give me a headache near the pineal gland, because the artificial lights are the exact opposite effect of what the sun does. How the sun increases your eyesight and makes it better, the artificial light actually makes your eyesight worse. So that's why sun gazing is definitely better, and it's the key to a lot of ailments. Also, it opens the energy channels or energy pathways that carry prana or life force throughout the body. And those energy pathways connect to your chakras. And another word for the energy pathways or energy channels is what we call meridian systems. And if you're familiar with meridian systems, it's basically like lines of energy that connect to circuits in your body. It's like if you think about our body as like if you opened up a television or something that has wires in it, and you have all these wires that are connected to a central point. That's how the body is made up and how it operates. So excuse me, it opens up those energy channels, which allows for the energy that you're receiving to flow better. And those energy channels are, to me, what I would call like receptors. Like they're receiving like information from different sources, which is the sun being one of those sources. And so by that way, that leads to the next thing. We receive updates to our DNA through the sun. So when you're sun gazing, you're literally downloading information. I just got 11:11, y'all. Okay. You're literally downloading information from the sun. It's upgrading your body. So it's like a computer upgrade. And even though we get upgrades from all over the universe, meaning from with everything that's been going on with the solar eclipse and things like that, we're getting upgrades during that time. You also get other upgrades when you're sun gazing, if you make that a daily habit. And if you get to the point where I am and where I'm working on being more consistent with, you want to try to do that at least twice a day. Some people say that, they are unable to sun gaze when the sun is at the highest, and it definitely is difficult. Don't force yourself if you're unable to do sun gazing at certain times of day. You can start by sun gazing at sunrise and sunset. That's when the sun is less, the energy or the light is less potent. So it's easier for you to sun gaze at those times. It also increase strength of your immune system. So if you're someone who is prone to sickness, you can sun gaze and it'll start to build up your immune system. And so your immune system will become stronger. And it alleviates a lot of physical ailments. Like some people complain of having back pain, joint problems, and things like that. Sun gazing helps with that as well. One other thing that wasn't on the list that I wanted to add, the sun gazing does, is if you think about your cells and you think about the sun, you would get that the sun is solar, so we are solar. And the cells are activated by the sun. And so when you are sun gazing, it is also going into your pores, and it is it's sending information to those cells. However, it's also healing those cells. That's how basically it's able to do all of the things that I was saying. For the most part, is because when you're sun gazing, it is connecting to the cells in your body, just like the sun. Actually, I don't want to say that it determines how the cells work, because really what our thought process and how we treat our body determines how well our cells are working, if they're working for our benefit or for our detriment. However, if we're sun gazing on a regular basis, we're actually benefiting our cells, and so we're healing ourselves quicker. Which means if you cut yourself, if you harm yourself, or hurt or get a fracture or whatever, it actually helps your body generate the cells in the body quicker, to grow new cells quicker. And that was just something that came to me, excuse me, after I had taken my notes and done a little research on this particular topic. And I wanted to make sure that I added that on there too, that cellular regeneration and things like that, the sun, that solar energy plays a big part in that. So if you haven't started sun gazing, you need to do so. Sun gazing also can help you have a better night's sleep as well. Okay, so it's all around, to me, nothing but positives for sun gazing. And like I said, it's basically a big crystal in the sky. It's like you basically having a lot of the crystals that you utilize for different things, you being able to have that all in the sun. So guys, like I said, if you're not sun gazing, you need to go ahead and start doing that, or you don't have to, but it's definitely something that'll be beneficial for you to start doing now. And that's really all I have to say on this particular topic. The next video I'm going to record actually piggybacks off of it. Is another benefit I'm going to talk about, which is treading idle, which people call grounding or walking barefoot. And I'm going to get into the benefits of that and how it works hand in hand with sun gazing. So I thank you, loves. I have faith and I trust that this video brought you some new knowledge and is helping you grow in your own journey, in your own path. And thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your love. Check me out on my Instagram, Knowledge Butterfly. Love you.